Hey folks, it's Ben. If you're like me and you like to garden, having great garden soil is wonderful. Unfortunately, I don't. In fact, here's a sample. I dug a hole in my garden. It's clay all the way down, 2 feet. It's just awful stuff, and it's kind of mounded here in the middle. I don't blame it. There used to be a house here. That's why they were surrounded by lilacs. So that's all cute and dandy, but my soil really sucks. Well, what can I do? Compost. Of course, the thing about compost is that you need, the ingredients for it. So over here I've got sheep with straw bedding, and they live in there. I've got chickens with wood shavings for bedding, and I have horses which are around somewhere, but they poop a lot actually. And if we come over here by the barn, we have some of the chicken coop wood shavings that's also filled with chicken poop, which is a nice nitrogen source. The two ingredients for compost, and here are our piles, are nitrogen and carbon. So here I have an older pile. This is mostly, at this point in time, scrap hay from the winter time that's been on the lawn, it's been moldy, it's been gross or whatever, mixed with chicken shavings, which are wood, and ammonia because of the poop, mixed in, and this pile's about 4 weeks old. What we've done here, actually, is just taken some pallets and kind of made the bins. So we've got old here. I've been flopping them about every week. They move back and forth, but these are getting older. These are, like I say, about 4 weeks old. These are brand new. They haven't even been mixed yet. And then all the rest of the other hay that we've got, we've just been piling here. The thing about compost and what compost likes is to be small, right? So you really have to mow this stuff. You want small little pieces. Wood shaving's easy. It's already mostly been done. But the hay and stuff, you don't want long stringy pieces. So we always take a mower, and I've got a scrap mower that we just shred everything through and pile it in here. The nice thing about over here is I've got my water, because compost loves to be moist, like a wet sponge kind of wet. So every week we come through with the arduous task, taking this pile, shoveling it over, shoveling it back, and making sure it's the proper wetness, making sure it's fired up and that it's cooled down. And this process, after about 6 weeks, should yield some fairly decent stuff. In fact, it looks pretty. This is just mostly lawn clippings, or I should say scrapings up from where the hay bales were. It's pretty brown, but it really gets dark with the carbon mixed in and some turning over. And we do use a temperature probe, and it gets to be about 160 degrees at the core, but the outside stuff never cooks, so you got to keep flipping them, so that keeps turning it over and keeps the air in there, because the thing about compost is it actually needs air. So we have our compost. There are currently 4 bins, but with all this material, I can definitely see us going over to probably 6 or so, just because it's a time-sensitive thing. It takes quite a bit of time to generate compost here. My facility over here is used to be a horse corral. We have a gate on this side, a gate on the other side that we've taken down, but now we can bring a tractor in here, and it's right next to the barn. It's a great area. Can't really see it too well from the house either. Fergus the cat would like to say hi. Hi, Fergus. Thank you, buddy. And oh, no, it's right over here. Wheelbarrow, important thing for moving stuff around. And then I have of course, trash pick mower. It works great. I like it because it's an overhead valve unit and a bagger. And I've got the blade onto there. I just hit with a bench grinder to sharpen it nice. And we have been picking up where our chickens are. You see the brown spots? Those used to be where the round bales were. 1,500 pounds of hay, usually in pairs, were parked here. So there were 2 there, 2 in that section right over there, 2 there, and 2 right there. But we've since come through here and picked it up with the mower, brought it over there, and we'll process that into compost. The next video we'll probably see is we've got a special lawnmower blade, a dethatching blade. We'll pass over this because unfortunately, even when we've run it over with a mower, there's still quite a bit of thatched up hay we've got to get rid of and such. So composting. So we'll be throwing all that stuff in our garden, which actually lives over there in the lilac patch. But that's what we do for compost. All our garden materials and all our animal stuff gets collected, processed, because like horse poop contains seeds, and you need to kill those off with the heat of the compost pile. The ammonia from the chicken droppings is too nitrogen-y for the garden, so by processing it in the compost pile, we break down the ammonia, that nitrogen, to a better, more usable form for the plants in the garden as well. So this will all eventually get tilled in and hopefully make our awful clay soil a little bit less awful. If you have any questions on compost, hey, give me give me a shout out there. I'll be sure to get them for you. And like I said, we got some mechanical stuff coming up and some other things that we do. So enjoy. I'll catch you later. Let's close out on the chicken. What you doing, chicken? Can you run? Run, chicken, run.